Hey guys, I want to welcome you back to the Censored Pop channel. Today we'll be taking a look at BT13, Dark King Mechikabura. Finally, he has made his appearance. I know, Mechikabura has been showing up, recently in the newer set, but the thing is, we have not seen the fully revived version of him. So here he is playing alongside the other leader, which is gonna be Supreme Kai of Time. I hope you catch my video for Supreme Kai of Time, because that deck, it's very oppressive, very aggressive, but this deck itself, it's the direct opposite. It's a little bit more control, trying to play the long game, but if you are able to be defensive and play the long game, you are the one who is gonna be winning. Alright, so I'm not gonna go through, we're gonna go through the mechanics, the interactions between the cards, and what this deck is all about, but I'm not gonna go through like the single word itself. If you want to read it, the link is down in the description below. Click on it, you should be able to find most of the cards and their images there. Alright, so what is this deck all about after I talk so long? It is actually to steal your opponent's battle card. We see a little bit of this mechanics in the earlier set when Towa is coming out and trying to steal, but this guy, it's on steroids because he is actually very, very powerful. He has this blue skin like Towa, so their ability is the same. A little bit racist over there, but I'm sorry about that. And it has quite a powerful end game push, because at the activate, when he has 7 Dragon Ball, he is able to activate, but he is not kind of like a wish leader. He's kind of like a wish leader, but not exactly like a wish leader. So with 7 Dragon Ball, he is able to awaken, and when he attacks, you get to draw 1. So unlike a wish leader, but activate main once per turn, you are able to activate one of this ability. One of the ability is to, if you remove 7 Dark Dragon Ball from the game, which is kind of like a wish leader, this card itself gains triples attack for the turn. So you can swing 3 times, and when this card attacks, you get to draw a card. This is not just once per turn, right? This is not restricted to once per turn, so you're able to draw 3 cards for the turn. So if you want to use that, you can swing, and you don't have to flip the card over at the end of the turn. So pretty good. I like it. Alright, so let's take a look at the Dark Dragon Ball option. Unlike the Dragon Ball, which you can drop and draw card, it is exactly very, very different. This is one of the Dark Dragon Ball. I believe there's still one more that we need to see, so I'm not until it is there. Most probably it might be a promo, so I don't know much about this. But this card itself, your opponent chooses one of your battle cards with energy of 1 and send it to its owner swap, or activate battle, choose one of the cards, and it gets 5k for the battle. The thing about this one is this, that now you may think that, oh, it's not like Dragon Ball when you drop and you draw a card, drop and you draw a card. How do we get that 7 Dark Dragon Ball in the drop area, right? Good question. This is where we get into it. Oh, I hope I get into it. No, we are not getting into it. We are talking about the Dark Smoke Dragon first, the Unison. Yes, let's do that now. Sorry about that. He has the ability to rejuvenate. He cannot attack. He is 15k and activate rate once per turn. He gets to add a marker into your hands. What is Mechikabura without all this Dark Dragon trying to help him, right? So -1 activate main. Your opponent sends 1 Dark battle card from their drop area to their warp, and then you place 2 Dark Dragon Ball from your deck into your drop area, shuffle the deck, and then you draw a card. So this is one of the ways that you can do to draw cards while discarding Dragon Ball into your hand. So Mechikabura has the ability to get 2, this guy has the ability to help you to drop 2, and this card has to kind of, to maximize benefit from this card, you kind of have to play together with Dark Shenron, Wicked Wishmaster. Take a look at the artwork of this 2 dragon itself. It is simply amazing. It cannot attack. It is 20k. If your leader card is black, when a battle card in your opponent's drop area is sent to warp by one of your skill, you get to draw a card. So Dark Smoke Dragon, -1, draw a card. Black Dark Shenron, if you have it on your board, you draw 1 more card itself, right? And the thing about this guy is that if you want to rejuvenate, you can choose him, put it under your Dark Smoke Dragon, and you can use him just to do a rejuvenate if you get into 4 markers. I think it's pretty hard to get into 4 markers with Dark Smoke Dragon, but we'll see. And he has the ability to add 1 more marker to Dark Smoke Dragon though. So these 2 cards, when you play together, it is simply good. The thing is, take a look at this 2 artwork. It is crazy artwork. It's so good. All right, so let's take a look at how other ways that you can put and populate the 7 Dragon Ball into your drop area, which is very important. All right, so Shroom Ritual at Hand. He is an interesting card because you can tap 1 and play him, and when you play him, you get to choose up to 2 Dark Dragon Ball from your deck into your drop area. So that is one of the ways that you can do that from your hands, right? And when this card attacks, your opponent choose 1 card in their drop area, send it to your warp. If Dark Smoke Dragon, it's on, not Dark Smoke Dragon, Dark Shenron, it's on your battle area, you get to draw 1 card. And he has the ability to help you to control the board. Now we get to Salsa Ritual at Hand. This card, it's a little bit confusing. Let me do the correction here. When you tap 1, you can play him from your hand. If your leader is Mechikabura, only when this card is played, your opponent chooses 1 card from their hands and send it to their warp and draw a card. Who draws a card? Your opponent draws a card, not you, alright? So his ability is more making your opponent discard, then draw 1. Making your opponent discard and draw 1. Alright, when this card attacks, your opponent chooses 1 battle card in their drop area, send it to warp, draw a card. I think this one, I'm not sure who draws a card though. Most probably you are the one who draws a card from the second auto, so I'm a little bit confused here too. I think the first auto, your opponent draws a card, second auto, you draw a card. Does that make sense? Yes? Are you disappointed that I didn't check before? I tried to check though. I'm still very confused while recording this video. Alright, so that is the quality that you get when you visit Sensu Pop channel. Alright, let's take a look at Towa. Alright, Demon God Towa Ritual at Hand. All of them are Ritual at Hand. All of them. Okay, so this card, it's a blocker. Tap 1, you are able to play her. When you play her, 2 Dark Dragon Ball from your deck, boom, into your drop area, just like that. Alright, when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, send it to warp. Send it to your owner's warp. Your opponent chooses 1 card in their hands and send it to their warp and draws a card. Who draws a card? Your opponent draws a card. So the mechanics is more like making your opponents drop, then draw card, drop, draw card, drop, draw card. But when it comes to Salsa second auto, you're the one who draws the card. Take note of that. Alright, I think I'm correct in this ruling, in this reading. Okay, so what happens if you don't have them in your hands? It is going to be Mechikabura Ritual at Hand. When this card is played, you get to draw a card, tap 1, activate main, look up to top 7 cards from your deck, and you choose 1 of those cards that is behind Towa, Shroom, Salsa, and play them from your deck and activate them. Alright, so this is the way that you can do that. You can do it only once per turn with this guy. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the negates, because this deck, it's a little bit slower. You want to get the Dragon Ball into your drop area, you don't want to die, so negate, blocker, they are very important in your deck. So the first one, it is going to be Darkness Judgment. Pretty good card, because if you have if your opponent has 3 or more cards in their warp, you can activate this card's battle without paying its energy cost, and it has the ability to activate battle just to get the 5k combo. So this card can get a 5k combo for the turn. So if you are able to use it on your Mechikabura, you can just stack it, and go for the game triple attack in like a 20k or 25k base. That is just so much better when you have a card that can swing multiple times. Alright, not for the battle, for the turn itself. Alright, so basically this is the negate, but you do have a very powerful negate though. This is another topo. This is exactly another topo for 2 energy. If black, you negate the attack and play this card. If it's your opponent's turn, you choose 1 card from your hands, you place it at the bottom of your deck. This card is played and your opponent can attack for the turn unless they choose 2 cards in their hands and send them to their warp. Not your leader card, not their unison card, not anything. Your opponent cannot attack. If they want to attack, they have to choose 2 cards and send them not to the drop area, to their warp. So this is Demon God Poutine Ritual at Hand. I believe this card, it's going to be pretty good moving forward, because it just says it's Mechikabura only though. So it is locked. It is not so flexible like Topo, but just a little bit more powerful if you use it in Mechikabura itself. Alright, and let's talk about the game ender. It is going to be King Vegeta, a Kingdom Lost. Unique double strike barrier. How good is this card? Okay, I think this is okay for the cost itself, because activate main, if your opponent has 3 or more cards in their warp, you get to play this card from your hands. So 19k itself, when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's card in their hand and one of their battle card and send it to its owner's warp. Just for 2 energy, 19k double strike with barrier, it's pretty good, but it is also very defensive because active once per turn. If this card is in rest mode, when your opponent attacks a leader card, your opponent has to choose one card in your hands and send it to their warp. So together with this and your poutine, you should be able to survive, hopefully long enough not to die. I would say that there is this Hachiak Revenge card, Hachiak extra card that he does this, that could give your card a permanent 10k and revenge. So that might be something really good to add into this deck, because you could tap one counterplay and give this card itself, boost him up to 29k barrier, that is having revenge, that your opponent has to finish and KO him before anything happens, before they can attack your leader card. Pretty good, I think so. Yep. Alright, so let's talk about the real game ender. It is going to be Dark King Mechikabura power restored, 30k double strike, 4 energy, and you can play him. The thing about this is his auto. If your opponent has 4 or more cards in their warp, when this card is played, you choose all of your opponent's battle card and send them to its opponent's warp. Does that end there? No, because then you choose up to 2 battle cards in your opponent's warp with energy cost of 7 or less. That is almost everything, except for their super game ender. That is almost anything. 7 or less with different card names negate their skill for the game. That means they will become vanilla and play them in your battle area, and you cannot play non-black battle cards for the turn. So when you play that, you go to their warp, grab 2 beatsteak. Hopefully you can get at least a 25k and a 30k just to go for this. So now you have a 30k double strike